You know, let's add a Wizarding World Steelbook to this collection. My old friend. Let's do it. Akio Steelbook! There we go. I can do the DVD too. Akio DVD! Alright, this I can work with. After 4 long years and many, many events in between, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore has finally arrived on DVD and Steelbooks as well as Blu-ray. Hey everyone, Joe here from the Collection Compass, and welcome to our Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore unboxing for you. Here we have the regular standard DVD for Fantastic Beasts 3 and the official Steelbook from Best Buy. It's an exclusive there, so go check it out there. Anywho, here it is, the third and probably, if I'm being honest, the final Fantastic Beasts film to ever see a home media release, because we're going to get to more of that in the end. But regardless of how the movie performed, here it is, and I'm going to be honest with you. This is some of the best looking home media release I've ever seen in a while. It's been a lot of generic ones. You know, it hasn't been that creative lately, in my opinion. I think the last time I was blown away by a piece of home media was, I want to say, the Mondo stuff from Marvel with the Steelbook. That's about it. Everything else has been kind of like, it's alright, or it's passable, that sort of thing. But here it is, the third Fantastic Beasts film's finally here, and the thing with me is that, you know, obviously, of course, I've been told many, many times by different people, like, why do you constantly keep buying the DVD if you're going to buy the Steelbook, or if you're going to buy the DVD, why bother with the Steelbook if the movie's not worth it? Well, I will agree 10% of the time, but this is one of those cases where besides all the problems that happened behind the scenes with the making of this film specifically, I do care about the story. I do want to see it sort of conclude, and I want to support it as much as I can. You know, it's not for the meant of anything else besides just wanting this story to end and see how does it fit in the larger Wizarding World, even with its problems. But anyway, let's get into the actual DVD and Steelbook itself. So right here we have the Fantastic Beasts 3 DVD. So front cover wise, I really like it. This is one of my favorite pieces of the promotional material for the film. It just has the core Dumbledore army, the first one, the original. I remember them saying like, oh, this is actually his first army, that the one that Harry Potter made in the Order of the Phoenix movie was not the first army, it was just the latest incarnation. But otherwise, I really like it. I really like this cover a lot. You got all the heroes there. My only criticism, and I'll express this more in the Steelbook, is that they had a really big over-representation of Hogwarts Castle a lot in the poster, because they were trying to return to the magic, that this is all canon to the Harry Potter, so you're going to be in Hogwarts, so... Which I do get. The first 2 movies were kind of lacking in the Harry Potter references, so I get we need to make the third movie all about Harry Potter, even though it has nothing to do with Harry Potter, which I understand. They're just trying to make money. They're just trying to like keep this franchise alive to get it to the 5th film. I don't think that's possible right now. But anyway, this is still a cool poster, I'll admit that. The side profile, which you get the logo, the Wizarding World logo as well, which I did like on the later releases. So hopefully, if we do get more, it'll continue like that. And the back, which you get to see all the, well, the just one special features. No, it's not that much. It's not much. You just get one featurette, that's it. It's just the movie and the featurette. And for the price point, is it really worth it? Not really, but you can't really complain about it, to be honest with you. Next up, we have the Steelbook exclusively at Best Buy. Here's the J card, which I will show you in a bit. But here we have the main, oh damn, I was really offset with my camera. Here we have the main Steelbook, which is, again, like I said before with the DVD, it is the Hogwarts Castle in the distance, the logo, and Firebirds, burning fire, which honestly, in terms of iconography, this is pretty cool. And on the back, you get to see him flying away. I believe it is the same one on the DVD cover, so they just reused that there. The side profile is the same thing, just about. And let's take a look and, oh great, I really hope, I forgot there was some merchandise in here. Not merchandise, but the thing. Here we have the disc itself. We have the 4K Ultra HD disc, which just includes the main movie, and of course the Blu-ray disc, which includes all the special features, which I'm about to showcase right now what we have. So here you take a look at the J card, and you get to take a look at what we have. Expansive features include the newest characters, beasts, and learn their story. Join the guy. Also includes some deleted scenes. So in terms, again, same thing as the thing. It just has better, in and more special features than that. So that's that. Now, in terms of ranking the two, for the first time ever, I'm actually going to prefer the DVD over the Steelbook. I think the DVD, you have the characters, and yes, the iconography in the Steelbook is superior at best. Like, it is so iconic, that freaking pose. Well, not pose, but like the wing itself as a symbol for the film. But in actuality, the bird doesn't really appear that much in it. It's, again, the Hogwarts it are just mainly there for, I think, a few minutes in the movie, just to emphasize this is Harry Potter. This isn't the same universe. These are the same worlds. But beyond that, it's still telling its story. So at least having the Fantastic Beasts characters there in representation does give you the clue that, like, okay, it is the Fantastic Beasts. It's not just about Harry Potter. There's something more than Harry Potter. So I give it to the DVD. There is the Blu-ray, which you can see on screen via a picture, and the Blu-ray reuses the actual theatrical poster, which again is fine. I'll give it that. But in terms of these two, the DVD has the superior cover, in my opinion.
Here's the specs, but it's just George here, because even if every instinct in your body doesn't want to trust him, you really should in the end.
You know what's ironic is when the movie came out back in April, I made another video on my other channel, Action X, and that was supposed to be more of a review, so where I want to see things go in a Fantastic Beasts 4, and just in general the future of the Wizarding World, and I completely forgot to upload it. But in this case, no. Secrets of Dumbledore, I remember seeing Crimes in Grindelwald and thinking, well, that film had a beginning and it had a middle, but it didn't have an end. I assume when we got this movie and whatever 4 and 5 were going to be originally, then it was going to make much more sense. Now, having seen this movie, it is very weird that I like to call this Fantastic Beasts trilogy more akin to the sequel trilogy, where the first film was a great standalone piece. The second one was a debatable film as a middle part, to say the least. Some people like it, some people hate it. And then you have the third film, which is good. It's a serviceable ending to the story. It could have been a lot better. Where I went to Secrets of Dumbledore thinking, this has to be better than the second one. As much as I thought the second one was okay at the end of the day, I do admit Secrets of Dumbledore is a good movie. I will admit that. It is a good movie at the end of the day. I mainly wanted to support it because I know there were some people that were not going to see this movie because there's been a lot of things that have happened between 2018 and 2022. Pandemic aside, J.K. Rowling, I don't need to get into that. Sadly, Johnny Depp's defamation suit and his credibility and his identity in the world has been very scrutinized because of a lot of factors. I won't get into that, but I do believe in him. I do support him. Ezra Miller as well. We don't need to open that can of worms there. Maybe for next year's Flash, we'll talk about that there. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot. And sadly, this film, I mean, for me, I'm invested in these characters. Like, I've talked about this many, many times on many different platforms, on many different shows, is that for me, when it comes to a movie or a TV show or even a video game, the story could be complete trash at the end of the day. I care about these characters. I really like the Fantastic Beasts characters. They're lovable. They're whimsical. I actually do like the conflict here. It's just, it's not as developed and deep or going the direction I wanted to. It's going in the right step, but it's not fully embracing it. I want to believe Fantastic Beasts 1 should have just been a fine standalone piece. Or maybe what they could have done is do an anthology series where it would have been a different sort of film. It's the same saga, telling the story of Dumbledore and Grindelwald's conflict over the many decades they've had this specific conflict for, but telling a different format. Have the first film be Fantastic Beasts. Have the second film be a Grindelwald origin story where we would have gotten to see his escape and then his flashbacks and how he became his own identity as a wizard, and then have this film be Dumbledore's movie where we get to see him more as a critical stage of like him at this crossroads of trying to figure out, could he really stop Grindelwald? Is the time right? That sort of thing. I feel like that's what they should have been, but I feel like it's just the nowadays with movies is that you need to have that solidified big brand name to kind of tie the movie in, because they can't call this Harry Potter because Harry Potter's not in it, and Fantastic Beasts, I guess we got no choice, because, I mean, I would have been fine if they just called this The Secrets of Dumbledore. I would have been fine with that. Dumbledore is a big enough name to inspire people alone to go see the movie if you are a big Harry Potter fan. Or they could have gone the other route where they could have just called him The Wizarding World or something like that. Hell, even Hunger Games, like Hunger Games, Twilight, they've done the same thing where they just put some sort of abbreviation and then the main title. They could have done that as well. Something better than this case. Because the more you progress in the Fantastic Beasts films, the second one, particularly the third one, it feels like the Fantastic Beasts are like an afterthought. They forgot, like, oh right, this film is called Fantastic Beasts. How do we put that into the movie? Where I feel like making, in this case, a mild spoiler, making it the MacGuffin of the movie, like making a Fantastic Beasts the MacGuffin, was really like, okay, you're really reaching here. You're really trying to give Newt and his friends some sort of, you know, worthy inclusion to make them. Otherwise, Dumbledore could have just hired any other wizard, or they could have just relied on any other legacy character that would even still be alive to make the story work. That's how I think of it. That's, in all honesty, I'm not trying to disrespect the writer. Well, I'm not trying to be critical. I mean, I'm mostly saying in the legal sense, like, making it the MacGuffin does not really work out half the time. It didn't work in this case. I did like the characters were in here, but it just felt so weird. It just felt like this was the soft reboot that you didn't really need. Like, they try in order for a sense to kind of bring in new audience in, so that, oh, you didn't watch the first two movies? It's fine. You know, you'll get into the story, here are the characters, and you kind of go from there. I appreciate what they were trying to do. It just, it was better than the second. It was not great as the first one. And honestly, I at least respect the fact that if this is the last time we see majority of these characters, that's totally fine. This serves as a very okay ending for them. It's not the ending I would prefer to see, but it's an okay ending that, okay, at the end of the day, they had some sort of happy ending of sorts. The main conflict isn't over yet, and that's what I hope that Warner Bros. Tries to do in the future, as maybe we'll see some sort of continuation of this story arc, but in a different mean. Where I can't imagine a Fantastic Beasts 4 attempting to do the whole MacGuffin thing again. I can't. Do I see a Fantastic Beasts 4 film in the future? Inner Self, hopefully, yes. I would love to see these characters do another adventure, try to get closer to finishing up the saga. In general, like, at an actual realistic speaking, I don't see it, because this film is now the lowest performing Wizarding World film of all time. And that is, at first you could blame, oh, it's the pandemic, you know, like, yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home made a lot of money, but doesn't mean everything's going to make a lot of money. Top Gun Maverick made up $1.1 billion at the time of this recording. Jurassic World Dominion, over $700 million. Minions in opening weekend alone, $200 million. There's no excuse. It was generally, the words were clear that, yeah, this film just did not have the track record going for it. And Sonic the Hedgehog 2 outgrossed the first one, and even before the pandemic even started. That one came out before the pandemic, so there really wasn't an excuse there. It showcased that the time is not right for making some sort of expansion of the Wizarding World. I would imagine them maybe going from the starting fresh with a Harry Potter reboot. It's only been a decade, I know, but at this point, if you really want to make your money back for Discovery, for Warner Brothers, especially for Harry Potter, you're going to have to go back to the original source material and then go from there. I've always said that you have HBO Max, do a TV show for Harry Potter, maybe, and then work in this somehow. You know, because there's also some timeline confusion that I read online that, like, well, why is this character here if this character was more, like, you see, it's already getting to that muddled stage of, like, it's become so expansive that I feel like this would be a, for me, I'm getting way too off of the weeds here. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, it's an okay film. It is not the best, but it's not bad. It is okay. It's good by the end of the day. I love Mads Mikkelsen as Grindelwald. I love him as an actor, and I think he did a really good job in the performance. I still prefer Johnny Depp at the end of the day, but that's just my prerogative. Jude Law did a really good Dumbledore. I really want this conflict to continue and to develop somehow in the future. I do believe you should at least finish it, get us to the 1944 duel that we've heard about so many times in interviews and in behind-the-scenes documentary. I want to see that duel happen. The duel we got at the end of this movie was just a really good tease, and I want to see more of that. And it just sucks that, you know, we might not get it. It's just a horrible timing for it that you get this really good story with this really interesting dynamic, but you just didn't have the right avenue to tell that story. I feel like it's going to take some time, but I feel like we will get that story someday. But for now, I give Secrets of Dumbledore, I would recommend you just watch on HBO Max. It was not a film that you had to rush out to theaters to. If you got to see it in theaters, that's great. If you didn't, it's on HBO Max. It's now on DVD, and it's now on 4K Ultra HD, Steelbook, Blu-ray, all the works. So, there you go. So if you're interested in buying any of these home media releases, check the links in the description below. You'll find links to Target, Best Buy, and Walmart links for all these films. The Secrets of Dumbledore film is going for $22.99, a little bit steep, but as an inclusion, you get a 14-day free trial for HBO Max. Only exclusively at Target. I'm not a sponsor. Please sponsor me, Target. You can buy the 4K Steelbook only on Best Buy if it's still available in your area. I haven't checked yet, because sometimes with Steelbooks, sometimes they are still available in certain locations, and sometimes they're just completely sold out. It just depends. Normally with Steelbooks, you try to pick them up as fast as you can. Except the Eternals and Morbius, which are still overstocked in any of the Best Buys I went to. So go check it out there. You have the Blu-ray and regular 4Ks also available at Target with their own exclusive covers. Those are cool as well, so go check them out there. Again, all the links in the description below if you want to buy any of these stuff you see on screen today, or as well as anything I mentioned. But again, this has been Joe from the Collection Compass. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more cool Steelbook and DVD unboxings from us, please go subscribe to us on YouTube for brand new videos each and every week. Normally we try to do one Steelbook unboxing a month, so please go support us there. Again, let me know in the comments below, have you purchased any of these yet? Do you have a Wizarding World collection? Let's have a conversation down below. I love to hear your stories about your collections in the Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts world. And what do you want to see in the future of the Wizarding World? Let's talk about that too. I'm game for everything. Just comment down below. We're open books. So let's go talk. But again, please like, favorite, share this review if you want to. Please also ring the bell for notification when our next video is live. Follow us on social media. But until we see each other again, thank you so much. Stay safe out there. Be good to each other. And as always, peace out.